Well, here we are working on Breckinridge Crawford's freshART. I'm up here at the cafe, the grill at the clubhouse, and I'm using my melted wax technique. These are just, believe it or not, crayons, and got the regular hair dryer augmented, and just got a few reference photos and just heat up the surface and melt the crayon right on this very shiny material. It's actually banner material from the library, so it's got a real tooth to it, which may or not be a good idea. But I mix the crayon oil pastels with regular crayons. Got a whole new palette this way, and it gives me that transparent color that I so desire. And but then you have to be very careful about this. Seems like I'm always using another somewhat experimental, and you really got to watch the color from melting too much. In the beginning it was very subtle. You're trying to heat up the surface where you want to and not over melt the exterior surface. But I started this technique for my Lego robot that painted. Well, I'm just finishing up this latest automata artist piece. It's Chad Johnson. It's 4,161 dots. I learned a few things about the selectivity of the color. It has to be quite diverse. It can't be similar. You have to really watch your color to make sure that each one is contrasting enough with the others. I didn't change much about this machine. There's the X motor. This is the applicator. This is the color head. I'm trying to refine the precision. It has to be more precise, but I haven't really figured out exactly. Might be able to go to 12 colors. So this is the Y motor. Anyway, after 3 days, it takes about 18 hours to do it. We finally have a nice picture of Chad Johnson, the great receiver of Cincinnati. I needed a very good stroke, so I developed melting oil pastels on a hot surface. It gave a very beautiful stroke to the robot. Over time, I've adapted it to my own uses. One of the latest advances was mixing regular Crayola crayons with the crayons to get a more transparent color, and it's definitely an advantage over just the crayon, because the crayon was just opaque. These are extremely transparent. Sometimes they can become overly transparent. But nonetheless, it's a perfect technique for painting without all the smell. Of course, as soon as you finish, it cools off, but it looks as much like paint as anything. So it's wonderful to work in a hotel room where you don't have to have all that smell. This is the clubhouse at Devou Park. I've painted it many times, and this one is just another more a challenge, and but eventually it'll get done. Continuing painting, with the augmented hair dryer. It's a real challenge to pick out the proper colors. Try to make something that's charming. I was looking at a golf magazine here, and man, they really make the courses look fantastic. Beautiful emerald green. The twilight of this day, the sun turning the courses into an emerald. This scene might have multi-colors of turf. It's somewhat monotonous in color, but it's really trying to develop this stroke out of this melted technique. You can somewhat get past the strong texture of the canvas. Many times it works to the artist's advantage, the texture. Here I'm able to melt it, and I got a sort of a consistent large stroke. Really subtle how the temperature gets really quick on this canvas. It's just stretched on stretchers like I normally do, and I've gone to a hairdryer instead of a heat gun because you don't really need that much heat. The heat gun is sometimes a lethal weapon. I'm kind of at odds at getting this green here going. Very interesting. This must be I don't know what kind of green that is. Could be a tea, but nonetheless, I'm looking for the shapes. the two oval shapes, and then trying to make the painting look a little more mysterious. Here's the whole setup with the colors. I have to mix each one special. I have a tiny ice cube tray that I cut the partitions out, and then pour wax into the tray, and it makes a beautiful 1/4 inch square stick of color. It's really amazing, but it is a lot of work to get all those colors mixed up, but it's a kind of a labor of love, trying to keep this. I've got to make this. I guess I should put a couple of golf carts in here. I had them over here on the. So in this case, I'm gonna remove some paint. It's very easy to remove paint. With this, you just heat it up and take a Q-tip, and you can remove the color quite quickly. Looks like to put these carts in, I'm really putting the carts where they need to be compositionally. I think I'm going to have to bring the so I really go through a lot of Q-tips. But I'm going to put a cart in here. First they have to be the right proportions. You just have to slowly click the heater on and off to get the even though like kind of like a this painting technique is actually called encaustic. Encaustic means wax, and people use encaustic in all kinds of ways. This is, if I learned anything, is every artist sort of invents their own technique, and this is certainly that. It's my own technique. Put all these colors on trays, filter trays, because it's impossible to keep track of them all. Well, we're back in the studio working on the painting for Breckinridge Crawford's freshART. It's a painting of the new clubhouse. I've participated in freshART since the beginning. My first painting was the portrait of Mr. Crawford that hangs in the museum, and I latched on to painting the clubhouse, the old clubhouse, quite a bit because I spent a lot of time there as a child since I lived there at Montague and Breckinridge. So we used to spend a lot of fun up there. But now I'm working on my new technique of melting crayons using a heat gun, augmented heat gun, and these are crayons that I created with Crayon oil pastels and regular Crayola crayons. The Crayon oil pastels are opaque, and I was looking for a color that was somewhat transparent or translucent, because that's what I look for. And when I paint in oil, I always want to have the color transparent. So I discovered that by mixing the Crayola crayons with that, I could get that flavor. So this is a regular stretched canvas. It's a banner material, and I'm just testing it out to see how it works. You need to put a heavy amount of wax. This is wax, basically. I'm melting wax on the canvas to get away from the canvas texture. It has this lines going up and down this texture. So that's what I've been trying to get around. But nonetheless, it's for all intents and purposes, you think that this is oil paints when you see it right away, but technically it's just a caustic. Caustic means wax, and wax is what this is. People have been using wax for eons. The Egyptians painted in wax. So here I am moving the ball forward as far as the wax goes. These are you can see my wax sticks over here lined up, and these trays hold all the sticks that I made, and I made them by using a mini ice cube tray, and I would cut the slots out and then pour the wax in here when it's the right color, and then I'd pull it right out. So it makes a great color, and you can look forward to buying this at auction on September 7th at Breckinridge Crawford. It'll be a great affair. Thank you.